In the dense, mist-covered forests of Cornwall, Connecticut, a forsaken village whispers tales of darkness and despair. Welcome to Dudley Town, where the air is thick with the echoes of the forgotten and the unseen. Nestled amid towering trees, this abandoned settlement began its story in the 1740s, founded by the Dudley family. A family draped in a cloak of mystery, they carried a chilling legacy from England, a lineage marked by the execution of their ancestor, Edmund Dudley, for treason 3 centuries prior. As the family settled, so too did an unsettling air of unease. The vast woods that promised protection and resources also fostered a suffocating isolation. The land, though fertile, seemed to hold its breath, and the trees, like silent sentinels, appeared to watch every move of the settlers. Whispers of a curse traveled with the Dudleys across the ocean, embedding themselves into the soil of their new home. But as the Dudley family soon discovered, some shadows cling too closely, and not even the Atlantic Ocean could wash away their dark past. With dreams of prosperity and a new start, William Dudley and his family carved a life out of the New England wilderness. In the mid-18th century, the dense forests of Cornwall, Connecticut, became the setting for this new chapter. William, with his steadfast wife Sarah, their ambitious son Henry, and their perceptive daughter Martha, embarked on a journey filled with hope and determination. Under William's skilled leadership, Dudley Town quickly flourished. The land was rich and fertile, yielding crops that were the envy of neighboring settlements. The dense woods provided not only shelter but ample game, ensuring that the Dudley family's table was never bare. It seemed as if the heavy shadow of the Dudleys' past was finally being lifted in this new land. But as the seasons changed, so too did the atmosphere in Dudley Town. Tools began to disappear, only to be found in unlikely places. Livestock that was securely penned at night was found roaming in the morning, or worse, vanished without a trace. And then there were the whispers, eerie, unintelligible murmurs that seemed to float on the wind at dusk. Martha, sensitive and attuned to the supernatural, was particularly affected. She whispered of seeing shadowy figures watching from the boundaries of the forest, their intentions unreadable. The family tried to dismiss these incidents as mere accidents or the mischievous work of woodland creatures. However, the seeds of unease were sown. As the Dudleys settled into their new life, the odd occurrences continued to escalate, slowly weaving a tapestry of doubt and fear. Yet, as the first seeds of doubt took root, the Dudleys' dream of peace began to unravel. What started as whispers in the dark soon escalated into a nightmare that no one in Dudley Town could wake from. The fateful arrival of Dr. William Clark and his wife Harriet marked the beginning of an ominous chapter in the town's history. Seeking solace in the remote beauty of Cornwall, Connecticut, the couple hoped to find peace. However, the land that promised refuge soon became a stage for tragedy. As the Clarks settled, the town was already buzzing about young Henry Dudley's wife Elizabeth, who had fallen severely ill. The illness was a mystery, her symptoms baffling to even the most seasoned locals. It was in this desperate time that Henry turned to Dr. Clark, hoping that his new neighbor's expertise could save his beloved wife. But fate had other plans. One stormy night, as Dr. Clark and Henry discussed treatments by candlelight, a fierce lightning bolt struck the Dudley home, claiming Elizabeth's life in an instant and leaving their infant son, Thomas, motherless. The shock of the lightning strike was only the beginning. Harriet Clark, deeply sensitive and already uneasy about her new home, spiraled into a profound depression. She whispered of shadows that moved and voices that called out in the winds, her mind tormented by the oppressive atmosphere of Dudley Town. One dreary morning, the town awoke to the dire news. Harriet had taken her own life, unable to endure her inner turmoil any longer. In the wake of this sorrow, Dr. Clark, devastated and haunted by the losses around him, wandered into the dense forests surrounding Dudley Town and vanished without a trace. His disappearance stirred the embers of dark talk among the townsfolk, with many whispering that the curse had claimed another victim. With each passing event, the community's fear intensified. Nights were longer, shadows deeper, and the cold more biting. As the tales of apparitions and inexplicable noises circulated, the belief in a malevolent force grew stronger, feeding the legend of a curse that clung to Dudley Town like a chilling fog. With each tragedy, the legend of the Dudley Town curse grew, wrapping its icy fingers around the hearts of all who dared remain. As the years wore on, the darkness in Dudley Town seemed to seep into the very souls of its inhabitants. The once thriving settlement, surrounded by the dense, whispering woods of Cornwall, Connecticut, began its slow descent into a ghostly silence. The air grew thick with despair, and the remaining few whispered of a curse that clung to the very earth they walked upon. The fertile fields that once yielded bountiful harvests lay barren, as if the land itself had turned against those who dared to inhabit it. The dense forest that had provided ample game now seemed to harbor only shadows and eerie echoes of the past. Nightmares became frequent visitors to the troubled sleep of the townspeople, their dreams haunted by specters of despair and doom. Among the most tormented was Henry Dudley, the ambitious son who had once envisioned a prosperous future in Dudley Town. His spirit, broken by the mysterious death of his beloved wife and the eerie disappearance of Dr. Clark, decayed under the oppressive atmosphere of the town. One chilling morning, the townspeople found Henry's lifeless body in the woods, his eyes wide open as if he had seen the very essence of terror itself. No marks marred his body, no signs of struggle. It was as if his soul had simply relinquished its hold, overwhelmed by the darkness that enveloped the town. With Henry's death, the resolve of William and Sarah Dudley crumbled. The couple, once pillars of strength and determination, could no longer bear the suffocating air of despair that filled their home. Abandoning their dreams and their lands, they left Dudley Town, their departure marking the exodus of the last true residents. The town, once a symbol of new beginnings and hope, was left desolate, a hollow echo of its former self. By the early 1900s, Dudley Town had been completely abandoned. The structures that once echoed with the laughter of children and the hopes of families now stood in decay, silent witnesses to the tragedies that had unfolded within their walls. Left to the mercy of the wild, Dudley Town succumbed to the forces that claimed it, both seen and unseen. Though the last resident left over a century ago, Dudley Town has never truly been forgotten. Nestled in the shadows of the dense forests of Cornwall, Connecticut, this ghost town remains shrouded in mystery and dark allure. Today, the area known as Dudley Town is part of the Dark Entry Forest, a name that seems almost too fitting given its eerie reputation. The land is now under the stewardship of the Dark Entry Forest Association, a group formed in the 1990s by local property owners. Their main goal: to protect and preserve the natural environment of this historically haunted locale. But there's another, equally important rule they enforce with unwavering strictness: absolutely no public access. The association has gone to great lengths to keep trespassers at bay, installing heavy gates and posting warning signs at every possible entry point. Despite these prohibitions, or perhaps because of them, Dudley Town continues to draw the attention of those fascinated by the paranormal. The legends of ghostly apparitions, strange lights, and eerie whispers through the trees lured the most daring of thrill seekers and paranormal enthusiasts. Many who have managed to slip past the barriers report a thick, palpable sense of dread, a feeling that deepens with each step deeper into the forest. Accounts from these unauthorized visits are chilling. Some visitors speak of sudden, unexplained illnesses that befell them as soon as they entered the old town limits. Others tell of mysterious injuries, like scratches that appear out of nowhere, as if the very air were laced with malevolence. Most haunting are the stories of ghost sightings, figures in colonial garb vanishing into the mist, or spectral faces appearing in photographs where there was nothing visible to the naked eye. Local authorities and the Dark Entry Forest Association continually warn against these illegal excursions, emphasizing not just the legal consequences, but the potential for real danger, both physical and perhaps supernatural. Whether legend or fact, the curse of Dudleytown continues to haunt the curious and the brave who venture too close. In the silence of the abandoned village, the whispers of the past linger, a chilling reminder of Dudleytown's dark history. As we delve into the shadows that stretch across these forsaken lands, we find not just tales of horror, but a mirror reflecting our own fears and curiosities. Dudleytown's legacy, shrouded in mystery and malaise, has seeped deeply into the fabric of local culture. It's become a symbol of the unknown that compels us to look closer, even as we're tempted to turn away. The tales of apparitions and unexplainable phenomena draw thrill seekers and paranormal experts alike, each eager to experience the eerie stillness that pervades this ghost town. But why do these stories of haunted places resonate so broadly in American folklore? Perhaps it's because they offer a glimpse into the uncharted territories of our psyche. In these narratives, we confront not just the possibility of ghosts, but also the realities of human fear, loss, and the eternal quest for understanding. Haunted locations like Dudleytown serve as stages upon which our deepest anxieties play out. They are places where the past and present collide, where the boundaries between truth and fiction blur, and where every creak and whisper tells the story of bygone eras wrapped in tragedy. As we reflect on the chilling tales of Dudleytown, we realize that such places hold a mirror up to our society, reflecting our fascination with the macabre and the supernatural. Perhaps the true curse of Dudleytown is its unyielding hold on our darkest imaginations, a place where history and horror walk hand in hand.